All right, man. I think that's good. Wait. Suspicious. I shouldn't bite my fingers on stream, right? That's pretty gross.
Show some transparency.
I don't know if this is working. It says, it should. Let me double check. I'll see off my phone. So I don't actually know. I don't know, man. I don't even know if this is working right. Let me see. Check. Test. Check. Test. Oh, okay. There's a delay. All right, that's cool. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Oh, it's all mad at me because I'm using the internet. Okay, fuck you too. All right, that's cool. All right. I should have grabbed my book and I should have just been writing, actually. I should be writing. I'm just here hanging out. Sorry. Yeah, no. What am I doing? I'm getting this set up. Hey guys, what's up? My name's MJ. I'm the host of Honest Effort. Well, I'm the host of the Honest Effort Wellness YouTube show. It's supposed to be a podcast, but I think I'm just going to keep it on YouTube. Um, it's a lot of work already just doing content, just doing this. And I'm very happy to just keep it here, right? And keep it within the scope that I have going on. Uh, so this week, I've committed to a workout plan and a diet plan or meal plan, whatever you want to call it. I'm counting calories. I am using MyFitnessPal on my phone, and I'm counting my calories mainly to hit protein goals because I'm trying to get stronger. I'm trying to get that muscle, and yeah, that's mainly why. I know with this process I will lose weight, burn some fat, and ultimately, as it says, which way is this way? There you go, that way. I should have used the other hand. I'm training for a marathon. That's the ultimate goal this year. Train for a marathon. I'm trying to hit 200 pounds and run that marathon. I'm hoping under 200 pounds. Very doable. The marathon's in October, and I have it planned out. Everything's going very well. Training is going good. I am getting stronger. I could feel it. I'm getting a little faster. Not as fast as I want to be, but whatever, man. We're getting there. It's happening, and it's measurable. And the big deal right now is that it has to be measurable. I need accountability. I need transparency for myself, right? I'm holding up these standards. The idea is to have standards so high that even if you can't reach them, getting just three quarters 2/3 of the way there, you are that much better at it, right? If I never run this marathon or finish it, even just trying is going to make me stronger, better, faster, blah, blah, blah. Right? But you're only going to know how to do that if you measure what you're doing. How much food are you eating? Is it enough food to sustain your training? Right now, I'm trying to lose weight. That's why I care. That's why I'm counting any of it. I am measuring my output, how much I am training with. Rather, I am going to start measuring my output. I don't have it written down anywhere, but a part of what I'm committing to and being honest about is my output and how much effort I'm actually putting into this goal, right? It'll all be written down and it'll make it real. It'll make it real for real. Sorry. I forgot my water. I don't even have my water. Okay, I'll be right back, sorry. So anyways, yeah, that's an update. That's what I'm up to. I would love to help other people do something like this, similar, because this is scalable, right? This doesn't have to be everybody runs a marathon. This could literally be, I need to walk 5K. I need to get the ceremony. I want my Anishinaabe Noswin. I need a job. I need to finish school. X, Y, Z. What are your goals? How can we accomplish them measurably and effectively, right? Because sometimes these things are overwhelming. If you were asked to run a marathon, how do you start, right? How would you start? And I have a general idea of how to start, and I'm happy to share how to do these kinds of things. And I've got this overwhelming sense to just share. And I could speak. I'm a good speaker. I could use my noggin. I could formulate these concepts and ideas like what I'm about to do soon. I got this all written out for what I'm going to do and why I think any of this is important, right? Cool. That's what I'm going to share tonight. I wrote it all down. I'm really excited about it, actually. So because of that, those reasons, right? I have this gift to talk. I'm decent at it. I could speak, and not just speak, but I could speak with my heart, with my voice, with an actual voice, not just a robot by the script. I write down some of these things, but I don't actually have any scripts. I just talk. I just go. I have these ideas, and I'm just sharing things that I feel are important. So I'm going to get into that real quick here. How is any of this important, right? How is running a marathon going to help you do anything? How is that going to help you be a better person, man? I hope I could do this right, because I don't really know how to use this software. But here we go. I'm pretty sure if I just... Hell yeah, okay, cool. There we go. I made this thing real quick. I don't know if y'all remember your grade 10 or high school English classes, but I had a really cool English teacher in grade 10. Miss Alberti. She was a very enthusiastic teacher. She had a lot of emotion, and she was really into what she was teaching. You can tell that for sure. And during our grade 10 classes, she's explaining to us about this thing here, I didn't even label it. I should have labeled it. It should say the hero's journey on top, right? If y'all remember this, it's the archetypical roadmap story of what almost every hero in any story that we enjoy goes through. You plug and chug any story into this formula. If you write a story, you follow this formula and you plug and chug all of the names, characters, places as you will, right? And just bear with me, right? Check it out. I'm gonna just share what I mean with a story that I fucking love. I love this stuff. I got it right here. I love The Hobbit. I've had this book since 1999. Am I getting to the page right? I'm not even on the right page. Literally, I've had this book. I don't even know if you can see that, but I've had this book forever. I've had this book since I was 9 years old, and I read it when I was 9 or 10. It took forever to read. As a young kid, reading The Hobbit is ridiculous. Like, I can't imagine my child reading this book at 10. Never mind. Maybe I got it a little later. Maybe I got it at 11 or 12. But I got it fairly young, and it's a dense book. It's small words. Hey, they wrote in it neat. My kids wrote in mine. And it's a dense book. It's got a lot of story, and Bilbo. It's the wrong way. Bilbo follows this, right? Bilbo follows these here heroes' journey. You got number one, the ordinary world, the Shire. You guys watched the movie, right? It's all green, it's fun, it's beautiful. In the books, nobody does anything. The hobbits don't like adventure. They don't like strangers. They don't like when people come. They don't like when people go. They like it everything the way it is, simple, just so. And Bilbo's living there. He lives in the Shire peacefully. Number two, a call to adventure comes. A group comes. We need a burglar. I hear you're a burglar. Bilbo's, what are you talking about? I am not a burglar. I can't help you. Refuse to call. There's a call to adventure. We need a burglar. We need help with this mission. No, thank you. We need to get rid of a dragon. We need to get rid of a dragon out of a mountain. He has got all of the gold in the world. You can have some if you help us. He meets his mentor, Gandalf, the wizard, Gandalf the Grey. In the books, he's like an angel. If you know the lore, he's basically an angel. He's there to guide human beings. He's a powerful dude. He convinces Bilbo to join them. They leave the Shire, crossing the threshold, number 5. There's a few points when he's crossing thresholds. The first point is leaving the Shire. They leave, and he actually starts his journey. They make it to Rivendell after they freeze those trolls, right? They muck up those trolls, and they make it to Rivendell. They hang out with the elves, and then they have to continue, and they go into the Misty Mountains, crossing the threshold. Yet again, a deeper threshold, a bigger one. They're actually going into a mountain, deep into one. They end up running into goblins. They get into this fight. Gandalf has to kill this king goblin. Bat! Pisses them all off. And then they escape. They get separated. Bilbo meets Gollum, creepy dude under the mountain. They have their little riddle game, blah, blah, blah. And while he's down there, he finds the ring, right? He finds the ring, this item. It's gold, it's shiny. It's a precious thing. They literally call it my precious. Bilbo uses that to kind of fulfill his adventure. Bilbo uses the ring to become a burglar. He uses it to be a thing that he needs to be. And it's funny that he has to be a thing that's not exactly a good thing, right? He's a burglar. He's there to steal. He's not there for a good reason. But he's there for a good reason, right? He's helping to steal back the dwarves' home, right? Basically. Number 6. He's all these tests of his allies and enemies. Meets Gollum, finds the ring. They escape the mountain. There's like wolves outside. They gotta fight off wolves. They use like firework grenades. Bap, bow. Burn some wolves and they run away. They make it into the Mirkwood Forest. Gandalf pieces out. He has to go do his own thing. And then they get mucked up by spiders. Spiders come and then he uses the ring again. Tricks the spiders. Mucks them up. Gets the dwarves free. Blah, blah, blah. They have all this stuff go down, right? They get out of the forest. And they finally make it to number 7. Approached the innermost cave, the deepest, darkest parts. The deepest, darkest parts, right? You following me? Are you following me? There's 2 people watching. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you very much. So yeah, like you're in the deepest, darkest parts. You're approaching the deepest, darkest parts. He makes it to the Lonely Mountain. After doing all of this shit, after fighting all of these things, they have to get away from elves. They escape in barrels. He finally makes it to the Lonely Mountain. He finally gets to the point where he has to go get this other gem. He has to get another gem. Big, giant, shiny gem. Forget what it's called. It's in the movie. It's in the books. You guys know. If you watch the movie, you know. But he's looking for a gem. Something you value. Something valuable. The most valuable. He's looking for the most valuable thing in the cave that is guarded by a dragon. Y'all following that? Y'all feel that? He gets down there. I believe he gets it. He gets it. He gets out. He pisses off that dragon. And that dragon takes off. It starts mucking around in the town. They kill the dragon. The dragon gets killed. The dwarves get their house back. All this fallout occurs from that. Men are mad. The elves are mad. Those goblins are still mad. Those goblins have been mad since Gandalf killed that dude. They all come, and then there's this huge battle. Battle of the 5 armies. A massive, huge battle of good versus evil. And Bilbo gets knocked out. In the books, he gets knocked out. A rock hits him. He drops and he wakes up. Battle's over. Good guys win at the cost of the king dwarf. Thorin dies and his compadres. Couple homies die. And it's tragic, right? There's a cost. There's a sacrifice to the ordeal. He gets his reward. He is promised 1/13 of the gold in the Lonely Mountains, which is literally all of the gold in the world. So he gets all of the reward at this deep, heavy cost. Sacrifice. He doesn't sacrifice his friends. Sacrifices are made, and then rewards occur. He ends up going back home with Gandalf, and he travels. He returns home and he buries the treasure. I think he buries it somewhere by those trolls in the beginning of the story, in the beginning of the movies. They trick trolls, and then they bury the gold somewhere around there. It's kind of close to home. And then he returns. He returns home, number 12. Or number 11. He's resurrected, right? That kind of happens a second ago when he gets knocked out, when he gets hit in the head, and he comes back. He comes back reborn. He's not the same person anymore. Everything's changed, right? He's not just the hobbit from the Shire anymore. He's a burglar. He's done all this stuff to become what he needed to be. And then he returns back to the Shire. He returns with the elixir. He returns back with the ring. And funny enough, it restarts the whole story with Frodo and the Lord of the Rings and what happens next after that. So you can follow that story, right? And I love that story. I mean, I got the book, right? I'm here for it. And you can just follow this guideline for any story that digs deep into your heart. Lord of the Rings does it for me. I love that. I love that stuff. Superheroes, those stories are wonderful. You could even turn it down to like kids' stories, right? Pinocchio. Pinocchio as a call to adventure. I want to be a real boy. No. No way. Come and be a kid with me. He gets tricked, right? Come and be a kid. We got this place. We got this place where you don't have to be a kid. You don't have to grow up. Jiminy Cricket's there, his mentor. No, man. You gotta grow up. You gotta help Geppetto. What about Geppetto, bro? and he leaves. He leaves, crosses the threshold. He gets tricked by that fox to go and do like, hey, man, you can come with us. That's the point, right? And then he leaves with that fox. Gets sold. He basically gets trafficked, right? Is that what I understand in that story? That dude steals him. I guess he's a puppet. But anyways, he gets stolen. He gets taken away. He literally turns into an ass. He turns into a donkey, a literal ass. And he has to confront those issues, right? Tests, allies, enemies. And for whatever reason, to stop being a jackass, to stop being a donkey, to finally grow up and be a real boy or a real man, he has to go and save his father from a whale named Monster. And he literally has to jump into the ocean to go and save his father. And then he does it. He saves his father with his father's help. They get out. They make it back home. And he becomes a real boy. And he's resurrected as a real boy. And then he just comes back home, right? You could take that story and apply it to anything. Harry Potter, Iron Man, whatever drives your boat, right? So after all that's said and done, what does that matter with me? Because I'm not saying I'm Bilbo. I'm not saying I'm Iron Man. But when you see these stories played and when you see these things portrayed, even in real life, even in smaller venues and smaller arenas, it works. I'd argue it works as good as the big stories because they're people you know. That's what drives with me. I'm motivated to do this because there aren't really people around my community doing this, right? I'm motivated to be bigger and do more because I don't see anybody around here doing it. And people in these positions that whatever, man, I'll leave it at that, right? I would like to see people in higher positions portray these stories better. Is that what? Is that better? Is that what I'm trying to say? Is that safe without stepping on toes, right? That's what I'm trying to say. What I was about to say was going to be a little inflammatory. But what I mean is, it would be nice to see more people do this, especially people in places where their voice matters. And that's why I'm going through this avenue. I think I could reach the most amount of people with this message to just accept these responsibilities, right? That's what I mean. You pick a goal, you shoot, like that thing here. Pick a goal, shoot, accept these responsibilities and do it. You follow this thing. You could do it yourself, you know. What's the biggest, scariest ordeal you could accomplish right now? What's the biggest thing you could do? Because that's number 8. You could look at this like, all right, number 8, like, I don't know, finishing university, getting a degree. Like, where do you start? Call to adventure. What's the start to that? Well, maybe I have to finish high school. Okay, you finish high school. And then you get into university. I assume that's crossing the. Sorry, hold on. Ugh. In that story, I assume you're crossing the threshold. You actually finish high school and you're moving into the next stage. And then your tests, allies, and enemies are the 4 years you're in school trying to accomplish those goals. Maybe you fail. Maybe you have to pick up some summer classes. And then you have to finish. You have to accomplish the goal, approach the innermost cave, actually get your degree, the ordeal. You accomplished it. You have to hit those exams, right? I was going to go to school for accounting. I did a diploma in college, did 1 year of university. Quickly found out that's not what I wanted. I wanted to just open a business. I just wanted to create a business. And the education I received at that point was sufficient. So I didn't bother going back to school. But if that's your jam, if that's what you need, if that's what you believe will make you the hero of your own story, excellent. Do it. Portray it. Do, like, live it, right? Go and actually do that. If you think that's becoming a mechanic, a plumber, those are equally important jobs that all fulfill meaningful positions in the world. I don't have a problem. I personally don't have a problem with those. It's not for me, but it's there as an option for people, right? Whatever, anything, name it. If you want to be a nurse, if you want to be a doctor, if you just want to open a flower shop, who's going to stop you? Do it. You finish your exams and you're rewarded. You have your degree. You've finished school. You're on your road back home and you're resurrected anew. You're not a student anymore. You might be a graduate. Maybe you're an undergraduate and you have to run it back. Maybe you run it back twice because you want a master's. I don't know. That's like, sequels and trilogies. That's what you could build your own stories this way. And I do think it's important to write these things down. I do think it makes it real when you write. And it does do, there's inner mechanics. There's actually things going on when you write your goals and you write in your own thoughts what you want. And it's important that they're measurable and specific. And that triggers things, that rewires your brain, and it makes it real. It grounds it, and there's statistics and info on that stuff. And I will just argue, like, I keep pointing the wrong way. This stuff is important. To know this, to know when you're watching stories, because whenever I watch something new, when we're watching something with the kids, I see this portrayed every single time. That the ordeal is often the resurrection. They call it like the death and rebirth. You can see that in so many stories when somebody goes underground or when they go underwater or when they literally die or come back. It happens everywhere. You can see that story all the time. Harry Potter. Harry Potter falls into water and comes out all the time. He literally dies, right? He literally dies and gets resurrected with the resurrection stone. So like, yeah, man, this story happens in every book you watch. And yeah, I forget what else I was gonna say. I had another one. Oh, yeah, whatever. Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. I'm a fiend. I'm a nerd. I'm a big nerd. I love this stuff. And it's important. It's important to feed this with knowledge like that to sustain all of it, right? And I know a lot of people suffer with mental health. It's been a while since I've had to deal with issues myself, and it's mainly because I've built up this framework, what I'm sharing now, this whole honest effort system. I'm sharing what I know because it gives me this nice framework and this foundation to be healthy, to be stronger, to sustain hits from life. You know, something awful happens, you know, you could bounce back from that better. And I feel like it's because of the way that I've formulated my world in thoughts, or how I've placed myself within the world, rather. That's what I mean. Because it's not my world. I'm here. I'm here in it. So how do I operate here? How do I operate in this space that is Earth? And I take care of my physical health, take care of my mental health, take care of my spiritual health. That way I could take care of me, my family, and my community. And I can do that now and in the future. And what I'm doing, it really just, it fills my heart. I do feel it. I feel good. I feel good sharing this stuff. Even if two people, even if just two people are watching, I don't care, man. It's fine. I truly believe in what I'm doing. We're going to reach enough people eventually that it's going to, I mean, you could already see. I already see the difference when I've committed to what I'm committing to, doing what I've done for the past 2 months. I got a noticeable difference in me already. I'm stronger, I'm faster, I feel better, and I'm ready. I'm ready to keep the momentum going. We are on a steady trajectory. Unless our dollar and completely tanks and I can't afford protein anymore. So that's my biggest concern right now, is just being able to afford the stupid diet that I want. And it's not that it's expensive, it's just that it's annoying to live in the middle of nowhere. Oh, sorry, I'm a little burpy. I just ate. And we don't have options out here in the middle of nowhere, dude. And to just need food, to have to go and get food, it's a whole ordeal. I just went today. 30 minutes. It was not even. It was awful. It was like a 45 minute drive to go be there for 20 minutes to grab a handful of items. Another 45 minutes back home. It sucked, dude. But that's fine. That's exactly why. Oh my god. That's exactly why we are planning. So I know what I need, and I know what I need to do. I've I've accepted the call to adventure. Um, I don't know if I've met any mentors. I have few. There's people I reach out to when I need help. It's mostly the internet. You know, when you're looking for, you can find a lot of information out there, man. There's a lot of cool stuff. Um, we're doing it, man. We're smashing it out. We're chugging along, and I'm anxious for the snow to be done, man. I want this to be over, so I can get out there and just kind of talk to people, chat with people, get this kind of more public, because it's weird. It's really weird being a content creator or pretending or trying, you know? It's, I find it weird. I find it a really strange thing to have to make content every day. Makes me self-conscious. And the few people I've asked to be on video, they're anxious. Oh God, I can't do it. I was like, okay, you don't have to. you could chill out. And it is a skill. You have to kind of practice. That's why I keep doing it. I know it's just a practice thing. If you practice, you get better. And it is getting easier. It's getting easier to make these videos, to crank things out, to put out all of this stuff. Yeah. Yeah. That's my spiel. That's my little episode for the day. Honest effort. The hero's journey. I do think, I don't know how many young men know this. I keep saying young men because that's who I'm trying to speak to. That's who I'm trying to reach with this podcast. Because I'm seeing, I'm looking at y'all. I've been working around youth in my community for, I can't believe it's going on 10 years. Involuntarily working. My background is business. My background is finance. I worked in AP and an office forever. I just do a lot of volunteer work with the schools, with basketball. I run my own programming. I've ran basketball programming for going on 10 years. That's insane to say. This year it'll be 10 years. And wait, where am I getting at? I forget what I was trying to say. Skills, right? Practicing these things that I feel are meaningful. I feel like it's meaningful. It's reaching these young men. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I've been watching these people for 10 years. I've been watching young men. Pause, back it up. I've been working in and around the youth of our community for 10 years. And it's been tough. It has been tough. It's been tough. I don't work directly with these people, and it's been hard. We've lost some, right? Some of the folks that I worked in the school. I was a substitute teacher for a time before I had full-time employment. And those youths I was working with, I watched them grow up, age out, and unfortunately pass away. And I hate to say that, it's been several have passed away, and it's almost all been addictions, and it sucks, and I really hope this reaches the right people. I really hope this kind of gets to who needs to hear it, and we men have to do a better job of just being able to be a little more vulnerable and just share and offer, not be not be sappy. You don't have to be super sappy. Just share. Just be cool. Tell the young people they're doing good when they're doing good. You know, tell them they matter. Tell them you care. Because I care. I hope anybody that sees this, any young men, I care. I care that you're here. I'm going to make myself cry. So I better stop. I better shut up before I cry. I think it's important you're here. Cool? Is that cool? Is that nice to say? Is that easy? That was not exactly easy to say. Just knowing young men chose not to be here anymore. That's tough. Or they didn't feel good enough to be here anymore. When they were. So, that's tough. That's why it matters, right? To get back to what I had here. How is any of this important? It's important because of that. Simply because of that. All right. I'm making myself cry now. This is the second time. And I'm going to call it there, I think, man. Unless y'all two have some questions. Unless you guys just want to chat. I'm done. I'm done talking. I'll finish crying now. I don't know how this works. But yeah, I'm chugging along. I was going to write all my goals in this thing, but I don't exactly know how. Rather, I gotta keep making new images to. It's all just it's a whole headache. I was gonna fill this with all of my current goals, what I am up to, because right now it's 3 strength training days a week, and I am trying to run 3 times a week. So I'm looking at 6 days of exercise per week, which is obscene. That's a ridiculous amount of exercise. I hope, yeah, whatever. What I'm doing is hard. And the only way to make it sustainable is a real diet, a diet plan, eating enough food to sustain what I'm doing. And I gotta be smart about it because long-term effects. There's long-term things you have to worry about. Hormones, like exercising, could really muck up your lifting heavy. I want to start lifting heavy, just to prove a point. Not like to whatever. Yeah. Get stronger. I'm gonna get stronger. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna need a lot of food, and those training schedules. They're peaks and valleys. You gotta hit these ups and downs. You shouldn't just get always stronger forever. Take breaks. Let your body reset and heal. It has to re-regulate. And then you could revamp your training again. Blah, blah, blah. Look it up. Check it out. Look at some boys. Go figure out what they're up to. Yeah. I have the next. I have like the next 8 months planned out for what I'm doing. And that's tough. As far as knowing what I'm going to eat and do and train for the next 8 months. It sounds scary. It sounds like a lot. Surprisingly, it's not. And way more manageable than I imagined, body-wise, because I'm actively training at a very steady pace. That was a really poor slope. Anyways, feels good. It does feel good and I do feel like I could ramp it up a little bit. That's why I do think I'm gonna increase the strength training to get a little stronger, faster, because I can. I have this prerequisite kind of built up skill. I've done it before, and I can feel that muscle memory and the retention, and it's nice. It's really nice. I'll be back to where I was. I am going to guess by June. I'm going to assume by June I will be back to the speeds and strength and size that I was before. And I'm hoping by October, when the race happens, I'll be in really good shape to just make it work. Yeah, yeah. And I keep asking people, what are y'all up to? Nobody answers me. I saw all sorts of this is my years and 2025 is gonna be my time. What has everybody been up to, man? What are y'all doing with the time you've had for the year? We're 2 months in, March 6th. And what have y'all done? What have your goals been? Because I know this is a fitness page, but we are interested in physical, mental, and spiritual health. We do care about those things. A part of that also is I say we because a part of it is me and my spouse talking about what's important to the well-being of a person, and finances for sure. I am not an expert in finances. I went to school for business. That's not the same thing, dude. But yes, like financial health rather, right? Your job, your income, your education, your debt, and your retirement. Those four things should just be like every person, every young man should be considering those things. Please consider those things, people, if you're watching this in the future, along with your physical, mental, spiritual health. Much of your wellness is intertwined with your financial health. And it is important to gain financial literacy and understand those things. Your income, how your education will affect your income and your potential earnings, the debt you accrue over the time you're a young person, because they will be hunting you and hounding you. If you make it to college, they will be in the lobbies. The credit card companies will be there. They will want to give you money. And they want you to be debt. They want you to get into debt. Because it happened to me and it happens to everyone. It happens to all of these people. And be careful. That's all. Be careful out there, dude. And retirement, put some cash aside. Put some cash aside for what that means. All that stuff, man. It matters to your overall wellness. You will feel better knowing those are taken care of. Cool. All right. Is that fair? I know I started this just because I was becoming diabetic. I didn't want to be diabetic. So I did everything I can to not be diabetic. And yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. That's my biggest concern right now, is just fighting that urge and those things that make me this way. And one of the best things I found was just, be the complete opposite. I am a lazy fool, gluttonous monkey who wants to do nothing but pleasure eat and pleasure indulge, play video games. I would play video games for 8 hours a day and eat popcorn and chocolate the entire time if it was a job. But it's not. So I have to get a real job and go do real things and have real goals to kind of counteract that nature, that thing, that thing that I am. And funny enough, that thing that I am fuels that side very well. I am very motivated to do those things. I'm what is it? I'm an impulsive pleasure seeker. And I counteract that with, well, earned pleasure, right? I earn my dopamine truly every damn day, dude. Like, I actually, like, for the past 2 months, I've earned every ounce of dopamine and serotonin that I could muster from my damn body, and it feels good. You know, I'm a big proponent of that physiology. Unlock your physiology, dude. That's a big deal. Not a lot of us are doing that because we're locked in our physiology. When we're stuck in hypertension, diabetes, and high blood pressure, we are locked in a state where in my experience, you can't be your maximum happy. You can't feel your maximum joy when you're in those health states. Not to say you can't feel happy. Like, I felt happy when I was at my biggest. There were days when I was happy, for sure. But if I were able to measure it, which is like, how the fuck do you measure? How the fuck do you measure happiness? I'll tell you right now, dude. The biggest, happiest days of when I was obese feel nothing like the lowest days of now. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? My resilience. My resilience is better. I am stronger. I am more capable. And I do truly believe that state that we're in when we're in metabolic disaster, metabolic disarray, it limits us. It limits our emotional state and our mental state. Our full capabilities are governed when we're in that health. And that's just another reason why I keep sharing. Because when I keep saying, grow your capacity, get bigger, get stronger, it'll make you more. That's what I mean, man. It'll literally make you more. Your happiest happy will be happier, dude. Like, I promise you, if you commit to this stuff. I'm gonna pull it back up. I don't have it on that sheet, man. I should have wrote it on it, right? But that thing, the ordeal, sacrifice, if you make the adequate sacrifice to your ordeal, you will be truly rewarded, and you will return home with the elixir, whatever that might be. You will have the new skills and the new workings, the new foundation to be more. And yeah. Yeah, that, dude. Exactly that. Right? Y'all feel me? It says 2 people are watching. I'm convinced there are not two people watching. Are y'all really there? If you're really there, can y'all say something? Come on, man. For like 2 hours, 1 hour. Um, anyways, I think that's it. I think I got it. I think I've said what I need to say on this stuff, and I've talked my face off. I think I'm gonna call it there. A part of my workout plan, physical health. Me. I don't know why I'm saying. I consider my physical activity, diet, and sleep. There are other factors, but those three are first and foremost priority. Limiting alcohol, limiting cigarettes, limiting substance use. Those things are important. Not nearly as important to me as it would be in that order. Physical activity. Let me switch that. Diet, physical activity, sleep, alcohol, and substance use. What was the I had another one there. Oh no, I lost it. Whatever that next one was, right? All right, man. I'm getting tired. I need sleep. I need to get to bed. I got a big day tomorrow. I got to train. I got to lift heavy stuff. Cool. If anybody ever wants to chat, if anybody ever wants to talk about this stuff, I'm open. I'm here. It'll have to kind of be not on camera, but I will have to talk about what we've talked about. More or less, right? I need content, boys. I'm trying to be a content creator now. We got to get out there and try to affect change. So I'm trying to make content, right? Let's do it. Day by day, bit by bit, and apparently hour by hour. So, you know what? I'm just gonna kick around for another 2.5 minutes till 10, till I'm at a full hour. I had a gentleman actually. Speaking of all of that, if you've been listening this whole time, I'm sorry, I didn't get that prepared. I had a gentleman ask me to speak on gaining weight because he has the opposite issue as I. He's a thin dude who's been trying to gain weight his entire life. I assume his entire life if he's asking now, right? So I think that's an important one. We can talk on that. We can make that one work. I will formulate my thoughts better because I usually do this, right? I will write down notes, scribble down my thoughts on the ideas that I'm working on, and then I will come and talk after I've bounced the ideas and concepts around a little bit. A little ping pong goes on up here, and boop, 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 and I'm able to for an hour, you know? And that's how you build a media company. Fucking silly, dude. But yeah, I'm curious. I know I'm speaking to young men, but I care about everyone. I want everybody to get health. I want everybody to be more. Anybody. Anybody out there at all. I'm mostly interested. Pause. I'm mostly concerned with young men. And I want them to be better. Because I don't want to say nobody's looking out for us. But it feels that way sometimes. It certainly feels like nobody's looking out for us. So whatever, I'll leave it at that, right? Right. That's fine. Cool. I'm here for y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm here. I'm going to do my best to be here for y'all. I got a family. I got to put those guys first, right? I hope you appreciate that. I hope you understand. Anyways, we are at an hour. Thank God. I am done talking. I am coughing every 2 minutes. We will call it there. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Peace out. Be good. Be happy. See you next time.